Welcome to session 4. In this session, we're going to make objects that we can take and bring to our 3 characters. We'll make it so that our player object knows what item is carrying and allow us to drop an item we don't want. We're also going to add the ability for our player to run around and have the weight of each object affect its speed. In doing so, we're also going to learn about new data structures and techniques for keeping our code manageable. So, let's get started. We're going to have 6 different items in our town for our player to take, with their own sprites, names, and values. So let's build on what we did back before and create a parent object. In the asset browser, you can go ahead and right-click and choose Create Object. And name this new object obj underscore par underscore item. Let's add a single event to this object. Let's click Add Event, and we're going to choose just a regular step event. I'll add a temporary description in here. We'll probably change that later. And we're just going to add a single bit of code here. We're going to add the exact same depth sorting code that we've added to the player and other objects before. Just so that when we eventually place our items in the town, they'll correctly respect where they are in regards to their position to other objects. So let's add some variable definitions to our parent object, and then we can edit these later in all the child objects. So in your object editor, click on Variable Definitions, and click Add. And let's call this new variable definition Item Name. Let's change its type to a string, which is, if you recall, just text. And we'll just put in a default value that we're going to change later. You can just put in something like nothing, like that with quotes. It's totally fine. Let's add a second variable definition, and we'll call this one item weight. Make sure its type is real. That should be the default, but so you can leave it as that. And we'll change its default value to, let's say, 2. Okay, with that done, we're ready to move on.